Enola Holmes. The funny thing about approaching characters with as long a history as, say, Sherlock Holmes, is that I don't approach it deliberately with the intention to make it my own. I look at how it's been played before, and I had the very good fortune of working with Harry Bradbeer, and the character has been done so well before, and it's all the classic direct adaptations of the source material have been done so wonderfully that it actually allowed me room to not necessarily do things precisely as the books have done before.
I have never seen such a range of romances in my life. It's enough to turn you to newspapers. What in heavens are you looking for? Why might you be interested in the personals? You've gone quite mad.
I have a right to be mad in a place like this.
I was forced into calligraphy as a child. Hated it. But there's rarely a case where someone's handwriting doesn't tell me something I need to know.
And what might I learn from deportment?
The way a person stands may disguise who they are.
Because this is a story about Enola and Sherlock is a player within that story, I wanted to make sure that it was supporting Enola's story more than anything else. And to play Sherlock in the way I played it that was the intention always. It was always to make sure that Enola was the focus, and that it was a character who would do nothing but highlight all of Enola's wonderfully positive traits. And we could tie back little family ties here and there, similarities, because ultimately Enola and Sherlock become quite a pair, because they do have some real similarities in there.
Enola.
My God.
Look at you. You're in such a mess.
Where's your hat and your gloves?
Well, I have a hat. Just makes my head itch. And I have no gloves.
She has no gloves.
Plainly not my craft.
The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Guy Ritchie and I had plenty of conversations before we started shooting Man from U.N.C.L.E. And the wonderful thing about Guy is that he is very much a creator. He's very much a collaborator. And so we would literally sit in his house and talk through scenes and throw ideas around, and it was always an open playing field. And he was very honest. He would say, that's a terrible idea, we're never doing that. Or he would say, you know what, that's way better than my idea, and I'm kind of embarrassed. So let's put that in. Or we'd come back the next day and say, you know, I said it was a terrible idea, I've thought about it, it's not a terrible idea, it's actually a really good idea. We would work and manipulate this character, and we'd find the best way of doing things. And so, as much as Robert Vaughn did an amazing job, we wanted to make this our own. And Guy has such a particular style, and he's such a wonderful director to work with. I felt like I was in very, very safe hands there. And so, no matter what we did, he was going to create something cool, and we were going to do it together.
I'll let you tag along, but it's in and out, no mess, so nobody knows we've been here. And we both forget about it in the morning.
What is that?
Super hardened boron sharpened with a CO2 laser.
CO2 laser.
Immortals. It wasn't as challenging as one may think working on a green screen. Of course, Tarsem was very generous, and he had lots of artwork to show us, and would say, like, this is what you're looking at, basically, if we were looking off a cliff top into an expanse beyond. It definitely was a great introduction, because later in my career I ended up working in pure green screen rooms, and that's a bit discombobulating. When it came to Immortals, it was a good warm-up for the rest of it.